The Jews, as though by agreement, fell to the ground in a body and bent their necks, shouting that they were ready to be killed rather than transgress the law. Amazed at the intensity of their religious fervor, Pilate ordered the standards to be removed from Jerusalem forthwith. After this, he stirred up further trouble by expanding the sacred treasure known as Korban on an aqueduct 50 miles long. This roused the populace to fury, and when Pilate visited Jerusalem, they surrounded the tribunal and shouted him down. But he had foreseen this disturbance and had made the soldiers mix with the mob, wearing civilian clothing over their armor and with orders not to draw their swords but to use clubs on the obstreperus. He now gave the signal from the tribunal, and the Jews were cudgeled so that many died from the blows, and many were trampled to death by their friends as they fled. The fate of those who perished horrified the crowd into silence. At about this time, Agrippa, son of that Aristobulus who had been put to death by his father Herod, sought an audience of Tiberius in order to accuse Herod the Tetrarch. When the accusation was not accepted, he remained in Rome and made approaches to many eminent men, and particularly to Germanicus's son Gaius, as yet a private citizen. One day he invited him to dinner, and, after entertaining him lavishly, finished by stretching out his hands and openly praying that Tiberius might die soon, so that he could see Gaius, Lord of the world. One of his domestics passed this on to Tiberius, who was enraged and had Agrippa locked up, keeping him in rigorous confinement for 6 months until his own death. He had reigned 22 years, 6 months, and 3 days. On being proclaimed Caesar, Gaius released Agrippa and set him over the tetrarchy of Philip, recently deceased, as king. Agrippa's acquisition of this title awoke jealous ambitions in Herod the Tetrarch. Herod's hopes of a crown were inspired chiefly by his wife Herodias, who kept nagging him for his inertia.